Good morning, students. This is 12th standard botany video class, video 2. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson Principles and Processes of Biotechnology. Dear students, last video class we have seen what is biotechnology. So, biotechnology is a applied biological process, a science of development and utilization of biological process, form and system for the benefit of the mankind and other life forms. It is divided into two. One is the traditional, another one is the modern biotechnology. Modern biotechnology, which is differentiated into two main features. First one, the ability to change the genetic material into new product with the specific requirement through the recombinant DNA technology. Another one, the ownership of the newly developed technology and its social impact. These are all the two main features of modern biotechnology. Traditional technology is the oldest biotechnology method used by our forefathers or forerunners in the kitchen of the house. They are preparing milk products such as curd, ghee, cheese, and some other preparation of foods of idli, dosa, bread and pizza. Some alcoholic beverages like beer and brandy is also produced by this traditional biotechnology. But this modern biotechnology, which is responsible for different process, fermentation, biomass, enzymes, biofuels, microbial inoculant, plant and animal cell culture, rDNA technology, and genetic engineering process. Then we have seen what is fermentation. The Latin word fervere, which means to boil. In the absence of oxygen, organic molecules are converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide. That is known as fermentation. This was first observed by the scientist Louis Pasteur in the year 1856. So this fermentation process is used in the beverage industry, sugar industry, and also baking industries. For this fermentation process, they required a special type of vessel or a container is known as bioreactor or biofermenter. This bioreactor is having the suitable environment inner side of the vessel, which contains proper aeration, agitation, temperature and pH value are controlled inner side of the fermenter. This fermentation process contains two stream process. One is upstream, another one is the downstream. Upstream process are taken place before the fermentation process, that is to sterilize the fermenter, sterilization of culture medium and growth of a suitable inoculum. Then downstream process is the process taken place after the fermentation process, that is distillation, centrifuging, filtration and solvent extraction. And also we have seen the diagram of bioreactor. Dear students, in this video, we are going to see the procedure for fermentation. First one, based upon the product only, we have to select the bioreactor. That is the first point. Based upon the type of a product only, we can able to select a bioreactor. Second one, the suitable substrate liquid media is added at a specific temperature, pH, and then diluted. So inner side of the bioreactor, we are adding the suitable liquid medium with a specific temperature and pH value, and then finally it is diluted. Then a microorganism is added into it, inner side of the bioreactor. Microbe or microorganism, animal or a plant cell, or cellular organelle, or an enzyme. So these are all the modern biotechnology products. Any one of them is enter into the or added into the bioreactor with a culture medium. Then it is placed inner side of the bioreactor, that is said to be incubated. Incubated means what is that one? Placing something inner side of the box or a vessel. Closed box or a vessel. That is said to be incubated with a specific temperature and also specific time. The incubation may be either in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen. Then, after the upstream process is over, the final products are separated by using the downstream processing method. So this is said to be the different steps which is taken place in the fermentation process. Dear students, this is an important 3-mark question. Write the procedures of fermentation or the steps involved in the fermentation process. The next topic is application of fermentation in industries. So how we are using the fermentation process in industries. So these fermentation process in industries are used to produce the microbial biomass production. So what is the biomass? Some of the microbial cells such as algae, bacteria, yeast, fungi are grown in the particular laboratory region or in the area. Those microorganisms are dried and used as a source of a complete protein is called a microbial biomass production. These microbial biomass productions are known as single cell protein. So by using the fermentation process, the microbial substances, that is biomass, produced from the algae, fungi, virus and some kinds of plants and animal cells or cell organelles is known as the single cell protein. So these single cell proteins are used as a food material for human and also fodder, that means food material for animals. That is the first process which is used by fermentation process, microbial biomass production. Second one, microbial metabolites also produced by fermentation process. Dear students, these microbes are produced compounds that are very much useful for man and animals. These compounds are called metabolites. They are grouped into two, primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. That means, dear students, such kind of or some kind of microbes such as algae, fungi, virus and also some single-celled organism are producing certain kind of products. So these products are very much useful to man and animals. Those products are known as microbial metabolites. They are grouped into two. First one is the primary metabolites. So these metabolites are produced for the maintenance of the life process of microbes. So these metabolites are used to maintain the process of microbes are known as primary metabolites. Example, ethanol, citric acid, lactic acid and acetic acid. So primary metabolites which are produced for the maintenance of life process of microbes are known as primary metabolites. Dear students, what are primary metabolites is an important 2-mark question. Metabolites are produced for the maintenance of the life process of microbes are known as primary metabolites. Next one, secondary metabolites. These are all the metabolites which are not required for the vital life process of microbes, but they are adding certain value to the life activities. Example, antibiotics. These antibiotics which are giving certain energy to our body, isn't it? But they are not responsible for the life activities of the microbes. They are adding some value to the activities of the microbes. Such metabolites are known as secondary metabolites. This is also important 2-mark question. Dear students, kindly compare the secondary and primary metabolites. Primary metabolites means they are metabolites product for the maintenance of the life of microbial activities or process of microbes, isn't it? They are known as primary metabolites. Ethanol, different types of acids. Secondary metabolites means they are also metabolites, but those are not required for the vital life processes of microbes, but they are adding certain value to the activities of the microbes, such as antibiotics. Example, amphotericin. Amphotericin B, Streptomyces nodosus, penicillin from the Penicillium chrysogenum, streptomycin, that means Streptomyces griseus, tetracycline, Streptomyces aureofaciens, alkaloids, toxic pigments and vitamins. Dear students, these are all the different secondary metabolites which are producing from the microorganism. They are adding the value to the microbial activities, not for the vital processes. Example, amphotericin B producing from the Streptomyces nodus, penicillin, Penicillium chrysogenum, streptomycin, Streptomyces griseus, tetracycline, Streptomyces aureofaciens, that is the S is Streptomyces, alkaloids, toxic pigment and vitamins. So these products are known as secondary metabolites. Dear students, on book back question, name some secondary metabolites. So you have to write all the antibiotics with the causative organism. Streptomyces nodosus is the causative organism of amphotericin B antibiotic medicine. So these are all the different types of metabolites. Next one, it's said to be the microbial enzymes. In this microbial enzymes also, fermentation play an important role. When microbes are cultivated in the laboratory, They secrete some kinds of enzymes into the growing media, that is growth media. These enzymes are used in the industry for producing detergent, food processing, brewing industry, and pharmaceutical. So those enzymes are known as microbial enzymes. So simple definition, the enzymes which are produced from the microbes in the culture medium of the laboratory, which secretes certain kind of enzymes. These enzymes are used in different industries such as detergent, that means preparing soap, food processing, brewing, that means alcohol industry, and pharmaceuticals, preparing of the medicines. Different kinds of microbial enzymes are protease, amylase, isomerase, and lipase. The next process is bioconversion, biotransformation, or modification of the substrate. Bioconversion. By using the living thing, we are converting one product to the another product. That is said to be bioconversion or biotransformation. See, the fermenting microbes has the capacity to produce valuable products. Example, conversion of ethanol to acetic acid. I told you, isn't it? By using the microorganism or biological organism to convert one product into another product. That is said to be bioconversion. 2 more question. The microbes which is used for the fermentation process, converting one product into another product, is known as bioconversion. Example, conversion of ethanol into acetic acid, that is vinegar, isopropanol to acetone, sorbitol to sorbose. So the sorbitol which is used to manufacture the vitamin C. 1 more question. Then sterols to steroid. So these are all the different bioconversion product by using the microbial fermentation. So dear students, these are all the different industries in which the fermentation process are applied. First one, microbial biomass production, that is single-celled protein. Second one, different metabolites are produced. Third one, microbial enzymes. Fourth one, bioconversion of one product to another product. Dear students, next the important 2 mark, 3 mark and 5 mark question is single cell protein. In the previous para only we have seen the application of fermentation process in industry. The first one is said to be the microbial biomass production or single cell protein. In short form it is known as SCP, single cell protein. How they'll ask the question means, what is single cell protein? Name the organism which is used to prepare for single cell protein. How we can able to prepare the single cell protein. Then the application of single cell protein. So first one, single cell proteins are the dried cells of microorganism. Some kinds of microorganism. What is that one? Virus, bacteria, fungi. So these are all the microorganism. The dried content of a single-celled microorganism. That is the important one. Microorganism is most probably single-celled only. So the single cell of the plant body which contains the protein. So the protein microorganism with a single cell are dried and are used as a protein supplement in human foods or animal feeds. So these protein content are used to food material for human and animals. So this single cell protein, which is used to meet out the protein deficiency faced by entire humanity, that is human being. Although the single cell proteins have high nutritive value due to their higher protein, vitamins, and essential amino acid, lipid content, they are doubled their protein value due to their high nucleic acid content and lower in digestibility. Such microorganisms are known as single cell protein. Here students, see the paragraph. A single cell protein which are produced from the microorganism which contains high nutritive value and also they contain high protein, vitamin, essential amino acid and lipid content. So these food materials are doubled in the quantity and meet out the protein deficiency problem. They are used as an alternative source of protein deficiency due to the high nucleic acid content and also slower in digestion. So the microorganism which is used to produce for single cell protein are in three forms. One is the bacteria, fungi and algae. In bacteria, Methylophilus, Methylotropus, Cellulomonas and alkali gene. Dear students, the microorganism which are used to prepare for single cell protein is very very important. 2 mark and 3 mark. Bacteria separate 2 mark and 3 mark. Likewise fungi and algae. So kindly note down in your textbook. What is single cell protein? So the definition is the single cell protein paragraph from the starting line. Single cell proteins are dried cell of microorganism that are used as a protein supplementary in human foods and animal feeds. Okay. Then the organisms are used to prepare for single cell protein are bacteria. 3 bacteria, Methylophilus, Cellulomonas and alkali gene. Fungi, Agaricus compostris, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is yeast. Then Candida utilis. Then algae, all the unicellular organisms, Spirulina, Chlorella and Chlamydomonas. So these are all the different organisms which is used to prepare for single cell protein. So these single cell proteins are important protein food material because of their high protein content value and also it consists of carbohydrate, fats, vitamins and minerals. So due to this food constituents of single cell protein, the astronaut is also used this single cell protein for the food material and Antarctica scientists is also using this single celled food material. So dear students, these are all the different sources of single cell protein microorganism and their advantages. Dear students, next we are going to see how we can able to prepare the single cell protein and their application. Dear students, in the previous para we have seen some kinds of algae is also used to prepare the single cell protein. Example, Spirulina, Chlorella and Chlamydomonas. Out of these 3, Spirulina is used to prepare for a protein tablet in the marketing. So how we can able to prepare a single cell protein? by using the spirulina. Dear students, the spirulina can easily grown on the material of wastewater from potato processing plant. That means by using potato, they are preparing the starch. In that industries, the spirulina can grow easily. And also straw. Then molasses, the waste material of a sugar factory or sugar industries. Animal manure, that is farmyard manure, and even sewage water to produce large quantities and can serve as a food rich in protein. So the spirulina can able to grow in this habitat. That means potato processing plant, wastewater from potato processing plant, straw, molasses, animal manure, and even sewage water. So this spirulina, which contains rich in protein, mineral, fat, carbohydrate, and vitamins. So this spirulina can reduce the environmental pollution. What is that one? It can able to reduce the environmental pollution. How we can able to prepare the single cell protein? Take 250 grams of Methylophilus methylotropus is the bacteria. We have taken 250 grams. It produces high rate of biomass production, that is single cell protein, and growth. Can be expected to produce 25 tons of protein. We are taking only 250 grams of bacteria, Methylophilus methylotropus. We can able to produce the high biomass production. How many tons? 25 tons of proteins are produced from 250 grams of bacteria. So that is the more advantage. They are giving biomass yield production, microbial biomass protection known as single-celled protein. Dear students, see the diagram. By using the spirulina, they are preparing the protein tablet and also marketed in the shop. Next, we are going to see the important 3 mark, 2 mark and 5 mark question. Application of single cell protein. Dear students, the question will come for the question paper in the form of what is single cell protein? Write its application. Name some single celled organism with the example. Okay. Then how we can able to produce the spirulina microorganism to produce the high rich in protein content. That is a book back question. Now we are going to see application of single cell protein. It is used to prepare for protein food material as a supplementary food. Then it also used in the cosmetic products for healthy hair and skin region. It is used in the poultry as the excellent source of protein and other nutrients. And also it is widely used for feeding cattle, birds and fishes. Not only that, these single cell proteins are used in the food industry as aroma carrier. It carrying the smell. Then vitamin carrier, emulsifying agents. Emulsification, what is that one? Fat is converted into fatty acid, that is known as emulsifying agent, and improve the nutritive value of baked products in soups, in ready to serve the meals, in diet recipes. The single cell proteins are used. Then industries like paper processing, leather processing as foam stabilizers. These are all the advantage or application of single cell protein. Next, we are going to see advancement in modern biotechnology. Dear students, this advancement in modern biotechnology is a different method used in the modern biotechnology methods. They are all showing the genetic modification, that is said to be manipulation, protoplasmic fusion technique, and other improved methods made in the old biotechnological process. These are all the advancement of modern biotechnology. So different types of genetic manipulation, protoplasmic fusion techniques, and old biotechnological process we are going to see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.